Hey, it was good, everybody. We back. I'm co-host Godly Sovereign. Got Sir Knight with me, man. How's your week been going, bro? Hello.
Dude, what happened there,
What
man?
was that?
Dude, don't
It
tell
like
me. I don't know what
it
that
like
was,
glitched
homie.
up or something. All of a sudden, I was like, "Bro, what's good?" And it's like dead silence. Like I'm talking to myself.
I know. Dude, I was sitting here by myself for a minute and you was all glitched out. You was all
Really?
solo glitched out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's how
And
the
then the
weird.
whole thing just wigged.
Okay, yeah, you screwing it up, man. Nah. So how's your week, bro?
It's been good, man. Like chill week. We have this fire right at our doorstep, so everyone's being evacuated. Luckily it hasn't reached where I'm at, so just been kind of
Yeah.
chilling at home, the schools are closed, so haven't been able to go into work, teach the kiddos. But
Okay.
I'm hoping like this rain, you know, this rain will like lift up the smoke and clean up the air and kill the fire hopefully this weekend. And so hopefully by Monday we'll be able to back to normal.
Yeah, for
We'll
sure.
see though. But I'm pretty sure it will. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know, dude. Honestly, I don't know. But that's what it
Mm.
looks like because that hurricane coming up or tropical storm K is coming
Yeah.
up and like getting that much needed rain.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
so it
it
should be
actually
pretty
just
good.
started raining right now over here, and I just want it because it's been hot as fuck. Like it's just been super hot
Well, we're
lately.
done
So
with
I
the heat. The heat was gone regardless of the rain. But it's like, dude, I went outside today to like throw some stuff away and clean up some stuff,
yeah.
and it was nice out. I'm like, dude, finally a nice day. Finally, are we past
Yeah.
this heat?
Are we past the heat though?
I think so. I mean, fall's in 2 weeks.
Shoot,
Like
man.
summer's over, man. We're tilted away from the sun. So,
Mm,
I
okay.
think we're past the heat, man. I think that was the
Yeah,
last of the
it's
heat.
crazy. It's showing like 65 right now, and that could be possibly because of the rain. But it's like 91 degrees over where I work at in Palmdale. So it's
Yeah.
still hot as fuck over
Well, it's
there.
still gonna be nice. I'm saying at least it's not gonna be 105, 110 like it was
Yeah,
the last
yeah.
week. Like that's a big difference. 15
Yeah, that's what
degree
I'm looking
difference
forward
is
to for
huge
sure.
difference. And then it's getting back down to the 60s again at night, 50s and 60s at night again, which means it's gonna get cool at night
Right.
again. Where it wasn't
Yeah.
really getting cool, man. It was just nasty heat. So
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
couldn't
be
even go outside, man. I couldn't even go for a walk. It was so hot out.
dude,
It's
I'm gonna be honest. I let my yard go to shit. As soon as it was like so hot, I was like, dude,
We've all
I
been
can't
sitting
even
inside for
fathom
a week or two, man. Yeah, we've
I
all been
can't
sitting
I
inside.
can't fathom going outside to cut my grass right now. Like it just seems preposterous. Even at like 8 at night, dude, it was still like I'm going outside to throw trash out and I'm sweating. Like, damn, bro. Like it's crazy out here. But yeah, man. So as far as games, what you been able to get your hands on?
Yeah, so I fired up that Immortal finally.
Immorality?
Immor it's not immorality. It's
It's immortality or something?
immortality. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, yeah.
It's immortality. So
Okay.
I was screwing around with that game. That's from the creators of Her Story. Do you remember that game, Her Story?
I think I heard of it. I don't think I ever played it though.
Okay, so like Her Story is where basically you're like a detective and you have this
Uh-huh.
catalog of videos that this woman gave her testimony, like in her police
Okay.
recordings, and you're kind of watching them back and you're kind of like trying to piece together her story. Like, what is her story? What's her alibi? What's her deal? You know,
Mhm.
and by the end of watching all these videos, they kind of like you can click on things in the video. Like if the video has like a cup, you can click on it and it'll take you to another video that has like that
Okay.
same cup in it. So you can kind of like
Yeah.
go down a rabbit trail kind of thing and just kind of like
Okay.
chain videos and just kind of like follow the evidence and like
Okay.
kind of get an idea of what's going on. So the game, like Her Story, just kind of starts off with no direction. You just start clicking on videos and watching them. And like
Hmm.
you're just kind of like learning things as you go. So this one's from the same creators of that. So it's like the same exact thing, but it's a way more in depth, way more in depth. So it's not just like one person giving like interview. It's like a whole cast of characters, and it's like found footage. So it's like they're out there like It's the footage from when they were making these movies, and there's like these 3 movies this girl was in, Marissa Marcel, and you're trying to figure out why she died or how she died. So it's kind of like a murder mystery, and you're clicking everything just like in her story. When you see her face, you can click on her face, so it'll take you into another video with her in it. You can click on background objects, and like it'll take you to another video with those objects, and you kind of just start linking together the story. Now, the big difference between this one though and her story, which was like really kind of cool, that kind of had me a little addicted to it, more so than the first one, because the first one, I don't know, man. Do you quantify that as a game? Like if I'm watching a video and then like I'm clicking on things and like watching another video, is that really like a game?
I don't.
What do you think?
So I see it as kind of like a game, kind of, sort of, in a sense. But I feel like some of it kind of reminds me of like The Walking Dead, or the Telltale games. You know how you click on things, you don't necessarily have full movement, but I guess those are more of a game because at least you can move your character somewhat. So is this game you don't do anything but click on videos and watch videos and try to deduce something?
For her
or
story,
is there like
yes.
an answer you can click or anything like
In
that?
her story, you're basically just like clicking on videos and watching videos. They have like a notepad in the place where you can like collect information and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's basically all you're doing is you're just clicking on videos, clicking on things that are interesting in the video, and it take you to a new video and just piecing it together. So yeah, it's more like an interactive movie, right? It's not quite a movie though, because it's not from like start to finish, but it's like an interactive. It's just an interactive experience. I don't know if I call it like a game.
Yeah, it's like reading Goosebumps and then choosing the scenario that you want to go and then flipping to that page. You know what I mean? It's not gonna. It's not. I don't classify it as a game. I mean, Netflix did that with one of their movies. What is it, Balderdash or something like that? And they allowed you to pick different scenarios so you could kind of make your own ending or something like that, or you get to determine the ending that you're going to see. But I don't classify that as a game. So yeah, I guess if you don't ever control anything, and all it is clicking, I would say that that's just like you're the director of a movie, something like that. Because you get all the details to watch. I don't know.
So that's basically what her story is. Now, this one is a lot of the same of that. But like I said, it's way more high production value because you have like full-on actors and they're acting on like a full-on movie, and it's pretty high quality. Like it's really dope. The scenes and stuff are really cool. There's quite a bit of nudity in it though, so I don't know if I'd recommend it for like all audiences. But what makes this one, I think, a little bit more like a game, one thing that was really cool that had me a little bit more addicted to it was there's like this mystery to it, kind of like a supernatural thing. So like when you're watching a video, like all of a sudden there's like this ghosting that you can kind of see in the background, or like your controller will start rumbling really heavily, like really rumbling. And what you can do is you can push it into rewind. You push the video into rewind, and as it's rewinding, you'll see a ghosting of like another person in the screen. And then like press play, and it'll go away. Then you'll rewind it and you'll see it again. Play and you'll go away. Rewind and then play and you'll go away. And like what's kind of neat about it is you're like, dude, what the heck is that? Right? Like you're totally intrigued. Like that's crazy. Like I don't know who that person is. And then the more you kind of play around with it, the more you realize that it's almost like a puzzle. Like you're kind of like trying to fast forward and rewind it at the exact right moment and speeds. Like, and you're fiddling with it, and all of a sudden it comes into focus and goes whoosh, and it switches to a whole new video, like a kind of like a supernatural video of this other person who's like you've never seen before in the real world. It's like a whole different reality, and they start to talk and like give you more information, and the information they're giving you is like on a whole nother level of like depth. You're like, wow, that's what's really going on here. Like that's crazy. And so like it's really addicting, dude. Like trying to find another video with that like play, that little puzzle. And like you're just kind of watching, when you find one, it's like, oh, it's so much fun to kind of like find that hidden information. So this one is way more enjoyable in my opinion because it has that like hook. and it's kind of like a game because you're kind of like playing around with the joystick.
Yeah. You're trying to
I would
figure it out.
classify this as a game because you're kind of like playing around with the joystick, trying to get it, trying to adjust it. You're kind of like playing a game, kind of like a puzzle, kind of. And then you get like really a whole nother aspect of the story that like the videos are not giving you at all. And so that's pretty neat. So I spent pretty much all week on that. I got to the end game. I beat the game, but it's almost like once you trigger enough of those secret scenes, the game is like tracking it. And like once you trigger enough of them, you basically trigger the end of the game. It just kind of like happens. So you may not even really know the full story of what's going on or why she died. You have like a good idea of what's going on. Like you got a pretty good idea of like this is pretty crazy, but you don't really know. So I kind of went back and played a little bit more even after I beat it. But so I beat that game, and that was really interesting, really cool. It leaves a mark on you, like you're thinking about it when you walk away from it. It's a lot of fun trying to find those secret scenes are really fun to find. It could be a little frustrating at first, like I kind of told you how to do it, you kind of play around with it, but at first, dude, it was like driving me crazy. I would like figure it out. I would like play it and rewind it and play it and rewind it and play it and rewind it, dude, for like 5-10 minutes straight, and like no progress on like activating. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like I wanted to throw the controller away, but like every now and again, like I'd get one, and just that hook would be like enough for me to try the next time around
and keep getting frustrated the next time.
But I would keep getting frustrated the next time. So it's like, but then I got really good at it. Like I was able to like, I know exactly what I'm doing now. And I was able to fire him up every time. So whenever I found a secret haze, I would just figure it out. And I would get it every time. So like at first it was super frustrating. So I can see a lot of people being like super annoyed by it. I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm so lost. I'm so confused.
Yeah, this game ass.
Is game ass. But if you keep playing and you kind of figure it out, like it gets really, really neat. I really liked it a lot. So I don't know. It might make my top 10 of the year because I really liked it quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, quite a bit. Right. It's really cool. I liked it a lot.
So is that all you got a chance to play?
I fired up Loot River for a minute, for like 20 minutes. I played Loot River. You heard of that one?
River. Nah.
Yeah, it's like an indie game on Game Pass.
Okay.
I do want to play Tinykin. Like, so maybe next week I'll play Tinykin. But Loot River it's pretty cool, man. You're like on a river, and you're like a warrior, so it's like an RPG. You like hack and slash. It's isometric, so you're looking down at your guy, and you're on like a platform, and you can use your right thumbstick to move that platform up, down, left, or right.
Okay.
And it's kind of like you're going on the river, and there's a platform down the way, so you can slide. So you get on the platform, you move your trigger, it just slides the platform right into the other one. Then you can get on that platform and then move platform. Like then you can move that platform to the next one, right? And then
what enemies jump on your platform and you just fight them on your platform?
Well, there's like enemies on the platforms that you're going to. So as you connect to a new platform, there might be an enemy there, or like you're trying to go from this area up to like this area up here, right? So you have to like go here, and then up. You have to like it's almost like a puzzle, like Tetris. You're kind of like linking the platforms together. They're like almost in Tetris shapes. And you can link them together. So it's kind of like a two-part thing. You're kind of like linking the platforms together and then fighting the enemies on them and collecting gold and stuff. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty neat. Yeah, I was kind of enjoying that one. I'd recommend try that one out. You might find it interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Because I was looking on Game Pass, but I didn't see Loot River.
Yeah, check out Loot River. It's pretty cool. So that's basically what I've been playing, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really play too much, kind of like you. I've continuously been playing Naraka and whatnot. I tried to invite you to a game to play.
Yeah, you invited me, but I was on Mortality, but I only had like 15 minutes. I had to go to a meeting at 4.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So that was yesterday. You invited me, and it was like 3:40. I only had like 20 minutes. I was just fooling around on Mortality for 30 minutes.
Gotcha.
So I was like, I gotta leave in 15 minutes. So I can't play Naraka, but.
But I did, speaking of Tinykin, I did try Tinykin, and
dude, your sound just I hear you very well.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Am I clear now? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I got a chance to play Tinykin.
Okay.
So I was able to play that for quite a bit, and I actually enjoyed it. I like it. I'm
Hmm.
definitely gonna play some more of it. It's pretty fun, dude. It's literally Pikmin
Yeah.
is what it is. So
Yeah.
it's you're like a little guy that's like shrunk in his house or something like that, and you have like these tinykins that you find. So you find them all around the map, and then you they look like little bubbles or something like that, like pimples or something on the ground. And you
Uh
run
huh.
by them and they pop, and then the tinykins come out. And then there's like a couple of different kinds that do different things. So you have the ones that I've come across so far are the ones that are strong, so they'll pick up stuff. And then you have another one that explodes like bombs. So
Hmm.
basically, there's like little things all throughout the room that you need to destroy in order to give you things like ropes to climb up to higher places, or to climb
Right.
down, or to give you shortcuts back up.
Hmm.
And sometimes there's like little bugs that shoot silk across the room that allow you to like glide over them, to slide from one end of the room to the next,
Hmm.
wherever they're attached to and stuff like that. And there's like all these little like puzzles and stuff, like you might go in there, and then you'll go into an area and you'll see an item, and then you throw all your tinykin to it. And sometimes you'll need like 30 of them, or like 40 or something like that of them. So you got to like go around the map collecting as many as you can, then go back to that item, throw them at them, and then they'll stack up, and then they'll carry the item. And sometimes they lead you to where it needs to go, and sometimes you have to just like figure out where it should, like it'll just hold it,
Hmm.
and then you'll have to throw it. Leave the door alone, please. And so you'll have to take them, and like go to, like, there'll be like an envelope or something like that. So you're like, oh, I saw a mailbox over here. So you go over there,
Hmm.
and you can tell them to throw it towards the mailbox and stuff like that. So it's a cool little game. I don't know how long it is, but it looks like it's a few maps or whatever, or areas of the house that you'll traverse through. And they're like pretty big areas. Like the first area is really small, but the second area is like a really big bedroom. And because there's so many different levels and different ways, you have to like unlock certain areas and stuff like that to be able to get over there, and do
Uh
different
huh.
things and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So I had a lot of fun with it. So if you haven't, well, next week, if you get a chance to play Tinykin,
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
check
definitely
it
gonna
out.
try to play Tinykin for sure, dude. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna try to play that sucker.
Yeah, man. So I was like, I saw that one on there, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check that one out. I tried to check out one other one, but it didn't really interest me to the point that I wanted to download it right then and there. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but I can't remember. Let me see. It might have been Midnight Fight Express or something. I know I
Oh
wanted to
yeah, I
check out.
downloaded Midnight Fight Express and I actually fired that up last night, but it wouldn't load for me.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Weird.
I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, I know there's Immortals. So I'll eventually get around to playing Immortals, but I was like in between, and instead of playing Far Cry 5 and finishing that story up, I just decided to play Tinykin and check that out.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was cool. But yeah, so that's all I've been playing, man. Just tons of Naraka, trying to get up in the rankings and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's dope, dude.
But yeah, man. So we got a few things to talk about today. We have an Evil West extended gameplay trailer that came out. We have some Silent Hill leaks that were shown. And tomorrow is like a big day for Ubisoft. So they're gonna have that Ubisoft Forward or whatever. That's gonna have
Hmm.
all the supposedly like tons of Assassin's Creed announcements and whatnot. I don't know if that means they're all going to be around the same, time, like in the same year, or if they're just saying like this is what we have coming, 4 or 5 years from now or whatever. But we'll see tomorrow, And then also some Sony news, man. Freaking Sony was kind of like they've been crying some more a little bit, you know. It seems like they've been crying a bit about the current situation with COD and whatnot. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and let's play that intro, huh? I love you, me. All right, so I'll go ahead and split the screen like last time, so we can get some gameplay going and whatnot. But yeah, man. So the first topic we have is this Evil West extended gameplay trailer. I'll just go ahead and maximize this one. Well, yeah. So this was a pretty long trailer, man. 13 minutes is a good chunk.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. They showed a little bit more of like the player and like talking and interacting with other characters and like a little bit more of the story, I guess. They showed some of the voice acting, some of the cutscenes. I don't know about you, man, but I was a little disappointed in having to sit through these cutscenes because this is the kind of game that I kind of just want to get in and play. Kind of like Elden Ring. Like, I just want to get started. I just want to go. I don't need to be hindered by all these cutscenes because the story just seems kind of whatever. You know, like pretty generic. Where's my father? You know, like just looking for somebody, and it's just like, okay, whatever. I'd rather just kind of like, just let me jump in, kill things, collect things, explore, slay evil. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, you know, that I'm trying to do. But dude, yeah, the combat looks sick. I thought the grappling hook when he was like doing that lightning, he was like grappling, like, come over here. He was like pulling demons to himself and like hacking them and slashing them. I don't know. I thought that was really cool. This is definitely a game that's going to be a lot of fun. Although I guess I will say I was just a tad bit disappointed with all the cutscenes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, definitely having a bunch of cutscenes for certain games can suck. I mean, this is trying to give you like a story and whatnot. So I do understand why you would have cutscenes, you know, because I mean, this is like this game looks good so far from everything I've seen. You know, it looks pretty good. And so, you know, to have the cutscenes is just kind of like, you know, putting you in that world or whatever. But yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of times you just want to like get in on it. And, you know, this is cool. It's giving you like a little idea of like the tree that you have to work with and stuff like that. But yeah, I will be annoyed if it's just a lot of like talking that you got to do with all these different people and whatnot. If they kind of, I don't mind if they give you like.
Why do you have the screen like that? What do you see on your screen?
The whole thing? Why? What does it look like?
It's all split to me.
What does it look like?
There you go. Now it's back to normal. Okay.
Split to what? I couldn't see it.
It had like every window open.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, I could see like the Sakura. I could see, and then it's like down the middle was this black line, and then on that side of the window there was like half the video. So like half.
So when I did that, it split now.
Now it's full screen.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. It might have been because I had switched out of it, and so I moved over to it.
Dude. I don't know. It's weird that you couldn't see that.
Yeah, well, because it's on my screen, it's showing the full video. It's like all full screen and whatnot.
You're not using dual screens, are you? I mean, you don't have two screens there, huh?
No, I do not have two screens. I only have one.
See, I have two screens. So whenever I share my screen, I put us on the other screen so I can see what's actually happening.
Right. Okay.
Broadcast.
Yeah. I just have the one screen right here.
Dang, man.
But I mean, the combat and stuff like that looks
dope as camera. Good, only one screen.
Dope as camera. I have a laptop.
Freaking one screen, dude.
I have a laptop, man. I'm on the MacBook. Are you on a Mac or are you on a PC?
I'm on a PC, but on my Mac I use two screens too. Even on the MacBook, I use two screens for work.
Oh, okay.
When I go into work, I have my MacBook Air, and I just plug a second screen.
You use your PC screen.
Yeah, I use my PC screen on my MacBook. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have room for that. I'd have to figure out where I could put another screen at. I don't have any room right here where I'm at in my little area. So yeah, I got to deal with just the one. But yeah, I mean the combat looks like it's pretty cool though.
Heck
And it
yeah,
looks like
dude.
it's a interesting map, you know what I mean? Like all these levels and stuff like that. Looks like it'd be pretty fun
Yeah, I really
to
like the
go through.
art, the artwork, man. Like that little zapper arm he has, that gauntlet looks really cool. Like
Yeah.
they got a lot of detail in like the items and stuff, and the guns and the
And got some
weapons.
little
Like
puzzles and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah, that's
like
pretty sick.
it just looks cool, man. Like definitely looks neat.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
they've done
definitely
the
don't
job a
want
little
them
bit
to
with
keep
that.
showing stuff. Like this better be like a small, amount of the game, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
the
hear you,
area or
dude.
whatever. I would hate for them to keep showing shit. And then it's like I'm not even surprised when I actually get to the freaking game. But you got some melee in there and you got a lot of shooting and whatnot. So that's cool. You can switch it up and get versatile. Got some bloody kills and stuff. But yeah, it looks
Right.
like it'll be pretty action packed, of a game. So I don't know. I think it'll probably be like one of those things where they just have like a lot of the opening credits, and cutscenes at the beginning, and then you're gonna get to a lot of gameplay, and then it's gonna be like big areas, and then you'll have some cutscenes, and then more big areas.
Yeah, I hope so because the combat looks really awesome in this game. They really
Yeah,
nailed
yeah,
that. And
yeah,
you
for
could
sure.
forgive a lot of mistakes when they nail something great.
Yeah, when
When they
something
do it,
is fun.
when a game does something great, then you can kind of forgive it, in other ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. But what
So
matters more
I
than
mean,
anything is that it's fun, right?
yeah,
But then
yeah,
you get to
yeah.
these little
Except you got,
cutscenes here, and like, oh, you got to stop playing. I wish it was just more
yeah.
Diablo, right? More Diablo-ish.
Well, you just keep going,
Yeah, you just kind of keep playing. It might have like some
talking or
bubble
something like that
dialogue,
around
yeah,
you.
but it doesn't like cut away and like make you have to sit through all this. It's kind of
Right.
like, but whatever. I mean, I guess they have to have some kind of narrative to push the story along. I just wish it was done
Mhm.
more in like a Diablo way, because that's what this kind of feels like over the shoulder. I don't like third person. Um, Diablo is isometric, but this over the shoulder third person like action RPG, right?
Mhm.
Like it's an action RPG. Like I said, I just wish it was a little bit more streamlined to keep the
Yeah.
action kind of
So
keep you
this is
engaged.
all in that first area. This all in that same house and stuff like that. So I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, we'll have to see exactly how it goes or whatever. But I mean, some of these levels look pretty boss, man. I like
yeah,
all the graphics and stuff like that, and all the colors and different things. Like it looks nice.
yeah. Your little
But
MacBook's having a hard time, man. Keeping it
what are you
going,
talking
dude.
about? Is it
it's like
is it
it's
like
very
flashing?
glitchy. Very glitchy
Oh,
on my
okay,
end,
it's
dude.
playing
Yeah,
perfect. It's playing perfect for me.
yeah. It's like perfect for you. That's funny, dude. It looks cool though.
I
Yeah.
was literally watching the whole thing and didn't have no problems. But I guess it's probably showing it all on the live stream or something like that. That's
Did we
probably
get a release date for that? Do we know when out? Evil West.
uh I didn't see. Let me see.
Nope.
November 22nd.
November 22nd. Okay, dang, dude. Lots of stuff's coming out in November, bro.
I mean,
Busy
I'm
month.
glad. Yeah, I'm glad that a lot of stuff is coming out because I mean we've had like such a long drought of like nothing. You know what I mean? Like we've been kind of like out of everything for a while now. Just little games here and there, but we've been hurting, bro.
Yeah, man. It's been so dead. So dead. Yeah, like this most recent drop of Game Pass games. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they for Game Pass games, they're like so lame, dude. Like that Disney
Oh yeah, the other
Dreamland
ones.
Valley or whatever, and like another like train simulator, another simulator. It just looked
Yeah.
like lame games, dude. It's like, come on. I'm surprised you haven't played
I mean, it's
the Immortal Phoenix scene, the Ubisoft game. I'm surprised you haven't played that. I thought you would have been.
yeah, I haven't played it because I was never really that interested in it in the first place. When I first heard about it, I wasn't that interested in it.
Mhm.
It didn't catch my attention or whatever. And I think I told you that. That's why I didn't buy it. I bought like some other stuff that had came out. But I said that I would definitely try to play it since it was for free. And you said that it was pretty good, that it was a decent game. So I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, I don't know. It was something about it that just I didn't I didn't gravitate to off top. So
Right.
let's see.
Yeah, I just thought you
But
would because I think you really enjoy it. I think you get a kick out of it.
yeah, I'm sure I probably will like it once I get a chance to play it. You know what I mean? And it's got some action and stuff like that. But I don't know. I guess I was just thrown off by the certain type of commentary that was in the game. But it could be funny. It could be like decent commentary or narrating and whatnot in the game. But for some reason, it just was like that don't sound good. It sounds cheesy as shit. But yeah, man. So as far as like Evil West goes, man, I like the way it looks. And I definitely can't wait to play it. Do you think that's gonna be on Game Pass?
Doubt it.
You doubt it?
Yeah, I highly doubt it. Man.
I mean, who knows? It might get there, but yeah, it'll probably be one that we have to buy. But I don't think it's any multiplayer, right? It's just a first person. I mean, just a one player game.
Yeah, from what I can tell, it's just a straight up one player game. But yeah, I mean, maybe there'll be multiplayer. I think the most it's going to be like maybe co-op multiplayer. I doubt it's going to be like
fighting like Battle Royale or something like that.
Like PvP. Yeah, I doubt it's going to be like PvP oriented. But maybe they'll let you play with other people. I don't know. That feels like a one player game though.
Yeah, I definitely I definitely think it would be cool to play that game with another person, and have co-op, but it shouldn't be any more than that. It should literally just be like a co-op story or something like that.
You're just gonna sit here and watch you try to get that coin.
That coin, man. Normally I would be able to get that coin, but I can't get it.
Dude. Dang, man.
But yeah, moving on to
you're good, homie.
It's because I'm working off the small screen this time, so it's a little bit different. So the next topic we have, man, is Silent Hill Project Sakura, right? Isn't that how you say it? Yeah, I think that's how you say it.
Project Sakura. Yeah, like
yes. So this one was leaked, and it's supposed to be for the PS5 or whatnot, and I think people would be excited for this one. I mean, it's been a while since we heard anything about Silent Hill and whatnot, and to finally get something. I mean, they've got like a couple of images here that just have like a lot of Japanese text, so you got like no clue as to what it is. But yeah, so you have this picture of this girl or whatever, and her face looks kind of weird. It's like it's tatted, like it's her skin, like her skin peeled away to show those things.
Yeah, it looks like it's paper,
and,
like post-it notes on her face.
Yeah, and this one,
I don't know,
that looks like the
I really like
Hill stuff.
That's
but
cool.
This one right here looks
there with that hand.
That's weird.
It's all like paper. Like I don't know. And then a couple like click it again. Click the next one. Like right here too. It's like a whole bunch of post-it notes. Like it's kind of hard to see in this video, but it's like a whole bunch of post-it notes. So I don't know what that's about, but that's kind of a cool little artistic, direction that they decided to go with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could tell there. I bet you could tell the hands. You could definitely tell.
And then they got some
that's like Last of Us clips here. But if you go back to the Silent Hill clips, like go back more further.
This one?
Like I like that, like right here, all these shots here, they give me a very Resident Evil vibe.
Like, yeah, for sure. That's definitely Resident Evil type shit.
Yeah, like I'm kind of high on Resident Evil right now, like you and I both, because we just got done playing both 7 and 8, and like I'm a super big fan of both those games. So like seeing this like is exciting because like it just gets me pumped. Like I'm sure this is what Silent Hill is going to always be, but because I just got done playing the Resident Evils, like I'm more excited I think than I would have normally been for like a Silent Hill game, because Silent Hill is not really my cup of tea. But because I like Resident Evil
horror,
so much,
right?
Yeah, because it's like horror, and I'm not usually the biggest fan of horror. But like because it's going to be like Resident Evil, I'm way more intrigued with this Silent Hill game. And then, of course, that interesting art style is
Yeah.
intriguing too. It gets me wondering what this is,
Yeah.
what the storyline's going to be like. So
Yeah,
I
with
think
those
it's a lot
post-it
of,
notes and stuff like that. Like, where are they going with that?
yeah, exactly. What kind of like some kind of demon, just taking the form of like everyday, office stuff. I don't know, but it's just interesting. I'm excited for it. I think it's interesting that it's PS5 only. I think we kind of all expected that, but
It's
just
just
to give it is like okay, it looks like they got quite a bit of it done, but quite a bit of it finished and completed here. These are pretty legitimate
mhm.
screenshots. Clearly, like they're playing the game through. I like the lighting effects; they're really great.
Right.
I
Yeah.
like the detail in the environment they have. I definitely like the detail on the boss, those enemies. Like that's a lot of detail. That hand with all those post-it notes, like that's heavy detail. Like this is going in a really great direction. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nothing but good news for this game. Sony needs a hit. I don't know when this is coming out. When would you peg a release date for this? What year? Next year? It's got to be a 2024, right?
Um, I don't know. Yeah. I think this is probably like a 2025, bro. I don't know.
You think it's that
Well,
far
actually,
out?
wait, this is 2022, right? We're still in 2022.
We're in 22 right
So
now,
yeah,
getting
maybe
close to the end of
2024.
2020. Yeah, yeah. I'd be surprised if they launch it next year with as crowded as next year is. Next year's a big year for gaming. So I don't know how many people are going to want to start
Mm-hmm.
launching their game in 2023 because like everything's been pushed to 2020. So it's kind of a crowded year. But I can definitely see this coming out relatively
I
soon, at
don't know. I
least
don't know either, but I mean, a
next year or the
pleasant
year
surprise if
after.
something like.
The what?
Mhm. I said it would be a pleasant surprise if it did come out, like next year or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
That would be
yeah, it would
crazy,
be.
because it's been like one of those highly anticipated games, so people would lose their
I
crap.
just
You know.
I just wouldn't want it to come out when everything else is coming out. Like I want it to come out in a time of year when I know I can play it. Like why don't games
Yeah.
come out? I always say this all the time on our podcast. I don't know why they don't launch games in July, or August. Like those are really great gaming months, and they never launch a game in those months. We're always got these big, massive dry spells, kind of like what we're in right
Yeah.
now, where I'm trying to play Tinykin. It's like that's a cool game and all, but like that's the best game on the market for me to play right now is Tinykin. I mean, it's like, come on, man. So, and then all of a sudden November comes and you have too many games to play. It's like there's no way I can play these games this month. So
Yeah, for sure. They kind of like they're choosing like all of the wrong times to put all the games out here. Like you think they would just spread them out more, but you put like all these big games in 1 month, or in a 2 month period, and then it's like, damn, okay, so what am I supposed to do with the rest of the time? And then you end up playing these tiny games. So I mean, I guess it works out for these small indie studios and whatnot that people like have time to play these small games, so they'll give them a shot. But it just sucks any other time.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, it looks
Yeah.
really great. That was a better leak than I was expecting it to be. It's a pretty
I mean, it
strong
was
leak.
quite a bit of shots. Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't just like a name or something like that. It was
Yeah,
actually
like all we know is the name Project
stuff. Yeah,
Sakura, right? Like, yeah, exactly.
yeah. But for the next topic, man, multiple Assassin's Creed games have been rumored to being announced tomorrow. And
Yes.
we're talking about like at least like maybe what, like two or three.
I heard up to 6.
Six is crazy, dude. But my question is like, okay, is this like it does this doesn't sound like this is like the infinity thing. You know what I mean? Like it was supposed to be one game that was just supposed to continuously get like updates and things like that
Right.
and
Right.
evolve over time. But if
Right.
you're announcing six different games, this can't be part of one thing, could it? Like and then it's like, okay, what happened to Infinity? You know what I mean? Is that not happening anymore? Like what's going on?
I think I think they might be taking the Assassin's Creed route in the same direction that Tom Clancy is. Right? You have like Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege. You have like Tom
Splinter
Clancy
Cell.
Wildland. You have like Tom Clancy Splinter Cell, right? Like you have all these different like variations of
Yeah,
Tom
what was
Clancy.
the last one we played? The infection one or
Oh yeah,
extraction?
Alien Fire Team or whatever. Yeah, like you have all these different like Clancy variant games, and I think like that's the direction like they're going with
Mm,
Assassin's Creed. You know what I mean? Like, so there might be like a Assassin's Creed that's a little bit more like action oriented. There might be one a little bit more stealth oriented. There might be one a little bit more open world oriented. There might be one a little bit more like single player oriented. Then you might have
mm,
one that's a little bit more like RPG oriented, right? Like, I think that's kind of like the idea. Maybe like giving everybody everything they want, which is kind of
mhm.
weird because I don't really play too many of those Tom Clancy games. Like the main one I play is like Splinter Cell, but I guess they're fine with that. Like as long as they're like there's one for you that like you want to play,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just
As long
trying
as
to
you're playing
find.
one of them, then it's all
Yeah,
good.
exactly. One of them, they're happy. Maybe that's the
Yeah.
idea. Rather than
Mm.
trying to get everyone to play like the new Assassin's Creed, why don't we launch an Assassin's Creed that for everyone's taste? I don't know, dude. Um, but that's what this feels like to me, and so I have a feeling that's kind of like the Assassin's Creed Infinite. It's gonna be like
Mm.
that's Tom Clancy. Maybe like Assassin's Creed Infinite presents Mirage. Assassin's Creed Infinite presents, I don't know, Samurai. I'm not sure, right? I heard there's supposed to be a Samurai variant one.
Which would be dope.
Should be cool. We've always wanted a Samurai version one, like that's always been the one that we want. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that would
so
be so I mean you got this Assassin's Creed Mirage, which we thought was gonna be like the biggest one. But as far as like everything else is concerned, I'm definitely interested to see what they're gonna do. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna try maybe if I could to log in when this thing comes up. Maybe we can watch it live if you're here. But if anything, maybe I'll do
Yeah.
it. I'll do it. But because I'm really interested in what this whole multiple Assassin's Creed direction is going to be like. I'm really fascinated by it. Like
Yeah, for
it
sure.
could be a lot of fun. It could be a lot of fun. And I think like what's most exciting to me is that I know that I'm going to probably be getting at least one Assassin's Creed game that I like.
Yeah.
Like
Which
maybe not
which is
all of them
cool.
are
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, but at least one of them or some of them you're going to like, So I think like that's kind of like where I'm at on it. Like when like a company you like announces a new game, but it's just not your cup of tea game, right? It's like,
Yeah.
dude, a racing game. I wish Rockstar wouldn't be making a racing game, right? Like I wish Rockstar was
Right.
making, yeah, that's what I like, right?
Right.
I'm
Right.
not. GT has never done that, but I'm just saying, like, when a company you like is going to make a game, you're not super hip on it. Like, I'm like, well, I'm much more okay with them making different games, so long as I'm getting the one game I want, right? So long as I'm getting
Right.
like my itch scratched, right? Like, I'm cool, fine. Make that other racing game, make that other type of game that you're excited for. But so that's why I'm not like super like disappointed in Ubisoft going this route. So long as they have a game for everybody, then I'm fine with that. Like I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah. Now,
And
if
maybe
they
they have
change
a
their
dev
direction
team.
totally, then that might suck
Yeah, if they
again.
change direction totally, then it's like, now that's disappointing. But so long as they keep delivering, like what we expect them to deliver on Assassin's Creed, then like
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with this new direction or these new types of Assassin's Creeds they're trying to, create. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see. Right now we're speculating, but I feel
For
pretty good
sure.
about it. And we'll see what they choose to do, man.
Yeah, I just hope that it isn't something where it's like this is our 10-year lineup type of thing or something like that. You know what I mean? Like showing all of this stuff, like why show all this stuff at once? Why not just show it when you have them like closer to being done or something like that,
Right.
if it's something that I can't have like soon, you know. I just don't understand why you would show so many. We know you guys do Assassin's Creeds. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not new. You know what I mean? So you don't need to do like some big old thing to tell us you got 6 Assassin's Creeds lined up. It's like duh. You know what I mean? But
Right. Yeah, so like
yeah.
so far some of the leak ones here is like so this is all part of the new Assassin's Creed Infinity platform. So that's exactly what I
Mhm.
was thinking, right? Like a Tom Clancy platform. So you're gonna have
Okay.
like Assassin's Creed Infinity Presents Mirage, right, or whatever. Um, and there's two other ones that are supposed to be coming tomorrow. One's called there's Red. It's code name Red, and
Okay.
it's developed by Quebec
And
City,
Neo.
and it's set in Japan.
Mm,
Yeah, so that one might be pretty action packed. Like that sounds like the Jap Samurai, maybe name style one that I was
okay.
hoping for. And then
Yeah.
there's Neo Hex, a code name for one developed in Montreal, set in a late period of the Holy Roman Empire, which deals with the
Mm,
witch trials. So
okay.
that's kind of interesting too. That might have some magic in it. Because like maybe they want to go in these directions. Maybe they want to explore, like might and magic, and they want to
Yeah.
explore more modern Japan, more like samurai or ninja type stuff. And they don't feel they can do that, in these old Viking eras or these old eras they've been, playing around in Egypt and stuff. So like
Right.
both those sound cool to me. A Japanese one and a freaking witch trials one all sound cool to me. Like those all
But it,
sound
it
sick.
might not be an actual like witchcraft. You know what I mean? It
It
might
might
just be
not
like
be. It
some
might
killer
not be
person or
magic.
something like that.
It might just be like a murder mystery, right? Like, yeah, you're trying to solve the
Yeah.
truth or whatever. Are they really witches or whatnot? Yeah, maybe. Um,
Yeah,
but
that's funny though. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see how they do it. It'd be cool if it was kind of like how I said, like where you had like one central game hub or whatever, and then you had your character, and then your character goes and lays down in one of those I forgot what they called them in the game, but one of those little incubation chambers or whatever, and then then you go into whichever world you pick. You know what I mean? And you have like all these different options of versions that
right.
you can
Yeah,
play.
I know. We were talking about that being the Assassin's Creed Infinite, kind of like
Yeah,
route. But it
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like they
So it's
might
just
be.
one full game, but there's like all these different editions that they have that these different worlds that you can go into, and it would be
Yeah,
cool
kind of like a
because
Warzone thing,
yeah, and it would be
where
cool
like
because
it's like
it would remind
it's
what
like a persistent game, like Warzone. They just add on
yeah.
to it like different realms. Yeah.
Right, but it would be like it would kind of remind me of how the last like one of the last ways that they had portrayed Assassin's Creed to be, where they had like I forgot what they had. They had like an area where you could go to different things, but you could go to different times and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. There was a game. I think that was Unity.
It might
Oh,
have
was that
been,
Assassin's Creed Unity? Yeah, I
I
think you
don't
went to
know, it
like
might have
Paris or
been or
something in one
something.
of the memories. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But
Yeah,
you had like all those different eras you could go into, to explore and stuff like that.
right.
And it was like some big thing, where lots of people did it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for
and it
sure,
was
man.
like attached to your lineage and all that stuff. But yeah. But yeah, man. So I'm definitely excited for that Ubisoft forward that's coming tomorrow, so I can see what's going on and we can finally get an understanding of like what actually is Assassin's Creed Infinite, and what else is in store, you know what I mean, with all these freaking
Mhm.
games that they're working on or whatever,
Right. Yeah,
so
it's exciting, dude. Pretty cool stuff.
yeah, so for one of the last topics, man, Sony looks like they're still having I guess this buyer's remorse, that Microsoft has given them because of Call of Duty, man, and they keep on bringing up Call of Duty, and it's obvious that they're bothered, but they're saying that the Microsoft offered them to have like 3 years or something like that, year deal or something after their current contract that they have, and saying that it's not good enough. Like
Mm.
it's the word they're using here is inadequate, but um they were basically saying that it's not good because it hurts the word was used, our gamers. But it's like taking account of the impact on our gamers, but when they're saying our gamers, they're literally talking about, yeah, PlayStation gamers. They're not talking about like all gamers, you know what I mean, like it would
Right.
hurt other people who play the game, because if you play the game, you play the game, you know what I mean. But yeah, it would just hurt all of those PlayStation gamers that have, bought that game year in and year out, and wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, like it's weird to me. Trying to find this article. Um, because I wasn't understanding Microsoft is saying that they're going to make Call of Duty exclusive. I just thought that
I wasn't under the
Microsoft.
impression of that either.
I was just under the impression that Microsoft was going to maybe not have perfect parity with Sony. So maybe like the map pack releases 2 weeks later, or like early on Microsoft, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so all Microsoft was offering Sony was parity for the next few years, right? And that's what like Microsoft, Sony is saying like that was, you know, simply unjustifiable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really sure. So if it really is Microsoft saying that only for the next few years, Call of Duty is going to be exclusive. After that, Call of Duty is going to be exclusive to Microsoft. I just think that's not what they're saying. Because, like, I think we've talked about this a lot, dude. Like, Microsoft is not – they're in the business of making money to the most number of people. They don't care really about exclusivity, right? They really care more about
the profit,
their game being
like
played
making
on
it as
everything.
available as much
getting
as
as
possible.
many subscribers as they can.
Yeah,
Making it as available as much as possible. Exactly. You can play it on PC or Xbox, right? And so to think that like they would prevent PlayStation owners from buying this game on PlayStation just seems like totally the opposite of like what Microsoft's about. So I just think like what they really are is that it's not going to be equal as far as like release dates and stuff. So like it's still going to come to PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
We just may have certain exclusive things. There won't be like perfect equality. There won't be perfect parity between the consoles anymore, right? Like maybe we'll get the map pack on Xbox earlier than you get it on PlayStation, right? Or maybe we'll offer it on Game Pass for free, right? Where you have to pay for it on PlayStation. Just things won't be equal. Things won't be the same. I think that's more so what Microsoft's saying. And like, bottom line is like, I don't know what Sony can cry all they want. Like Microsoft owns that IP. Like they can do that if they want to do that. You can't be mad at a competitor.
They're being gracious to keep that game available on their console at that point.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be upset at a competitor being competitive, right? Like that's foolish. Like that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Microsoft's supposed to be trying to be competitive. They're supposed to be trying to find ways to get people to come to their platform. Duh. Right? Like it's not about trying to have console parity, but Sony keeps making this argument as though like Microsoft or like Call of Duty is some special, unique game. Like it's a monopoly, right? Like we were talking about before. Like it's so special. This is not allowed to be on anything but console parity, but all the consoles. And I just think like that's harsh, man. Like for one, they're undermining their own game quality, right? You know, and two, to think that no game can ever overtake it is just absurd, huh?
Yeah, they're just they're putting too much into that one franchise. You know what I mean? Like you have a lot more to offer than just that. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you don't have that one franchise on there doesn't mean it's game over, man.
I totally agree, man. Like, are you telling me it's like I don't want to miss out on the next Last of Us. I don't want to miss out on the next God of War. I don't want to miss out, on the next Ratchet. I don't want to miss out on all these great games. Like, I'm still going to buy a PlayStation, right? I don't want to miss out on those. Like, they're totally, like, I feel like I'm a better advocate for Sony's game than Sony is. Like, they think their games are, like, less than or worse or not as beloved as Call of Duty. Like, that's just, like, crazy to me. Like, I think most people, they own a PlayStation not because of Call of Duty. They literally own it because of, like, the great games you can get on it that they produce, the first-party games. They're not
Right.
buying a PlayStation for Call of Duty, right? Like they're gonna play Call of Duty on no matter what system they own. That's not why they bought the PlayStation. So I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know what Sony's talking. Like it makes no sense to me. I think people are
Yeah,
gonna buy
they're
PlayStations no matter what.
yeah they're hardcore fixated on it, and I mean, it's a big deal in a sense, but it's not that big of a deal, man. Like it's just one game, you know what I mean? Like it's not the end, you know, just because they have this game. And even if you did lose those players for that one game, then they weren't really trying to fuck with your system in the first place. You know what I mean? Like that one game shouldn't have you lose like hundreds of thousands of players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like they
exactly.
didn't
Exactly.
they was why were they on your console? They, you know what I'm saying? Like that just was, you just happened to get lucky that they were on your console. Cause any other reason, you know what I mean, that wouldn't be enough to be like, oh, all of a sudden now, oh, I'm about to throw my PlayStation away and give me an Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be absurd. Like
Yeah,
it
I
just
mean,
wouldn't make
I may not play my PlayStation as often, but I'm
but
gonna
you
play
still,
it when that
yeah, I
Last of Us
still put that
3
money in
comes
on
out.
that. So,
Yeah, when that God of War comes out, you know for dang sure I'm gonna be firing my PlayStation up, right? Like you know for
right.
certain I'm gonna be playing some of these games. It has nothing to do with Call of Duty, even though like I know people love Call of Duty, but people are buying a PlayStation so they can play the wonderful exclusives that Microsoft doesn't have, right? So give Microsoft, give them something. They gotta give people a reason to come to Microsoft too, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Like
they're going to be competitive. They're going to try to find ways, to get you to come to their platform, right? Like Sony is just, man, dude, like they're just frustrating me right now. It's just
yeah, it's
bizarre. I don't know.
yeah, it's super weird. And then it's crazy too because like for the longest, Sony has had those priority rights to like any of the
Mm-hmm.
COD games. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
now your competition gets priority rights and you want to have a fit. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's not necessary. I mean, you win some, you lose some. You know what I mean? You
Dude,
had it for like
exactly.
years.
It's like Sony, how did you get those rights to get the map pack 2 weeks early, all those pre-order bonuses? Because you paid for it. Well,
Yeah,
Microsoft paid and now they own it. You know what I mean? Like it's the exact same thing. You paid for it and you got exclusivity. So now
right.
they're paying, they're going to get exclusivity, right? Like it's the
Yeah,
same
it's just
exact
them taking their
situation.
turn,
You
and it
can't
and
be
it
mad
should
at them
just
for
be
doing
like
the exact same thing you were doing.
the thing you should be trying to do is figure out how you can make something that makes that game obsolete now.
That's right.
You know, make a new
Exactly.
game that people look at and it's like, yeah, that new Call of Duty came out, but bro, you seen this new Twizzle Mickey? Like that shit is dope. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that game is
but
better than Call of Duty. Like, I want to play that. Call of Duty, what? And then
yeah,
have that be exclusive
yeah,
to Sony, right?
I know. Like, figure out how to make like one of those titles that like Killzone or something like that. Like, make that title actually a COD killer or something. Because I know
Absolutely.
like a while back, that was like what people were saying was like, oh, it was like the end or whatever. Like remember when Killzone came out? Didn't they call it like a Halo killer or a Call of Duty killer or something? Might have been Halo killer,
Right. Right.
but you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
yeah, I remember that. Like the
Create,
Destiny was supposed to be like the Halo killer, right? Like, you always have these games that come out that are supposed to be like the COD killer or the Halo killer. Bottom line is
yeah,
someday they will be. It's like Arachnid said, and we've said before, there was a time when we thought that PUBG was going to be the only, battle royale game to play. And if you weren't
right,
playing PUBG, you were doing it wrong, right? So,
yeah. You
but
was lost.
now you have Fortnite, right? That's like that beat PUBG out. Like something will always come around, eventually, and will be
Right.
better than the previous generation thing, right? Like, yeah, Call of Duty's had a long reign, but there's gonna be a first person shooter that comes out that people just like more. I think some games already challenge it, like Overwatch. Like certain games kind of already challenge its dominance.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fortnite even to some degree challenge. Like they made Warzone honestly, like in response to like those types of games. That's why they made Warzone. To
Right.
try to keep up. You know, not a lot of people are playing Call of Duty multiplayer anymore or the campaign. What they're playing is Call of Duty Warzone, right? So,
Right.
and you can get that for free. And I just can't imagine. I can't imagine Microsoft not allowing that game to continue to be free on every platform. Yeah, will they offer
Yo,
their
that would be
Xbox
crazy.
platform players? But if it wasn't free anymore, I know that'd be nuts. That's not going to happen, right? Like the only thing I can imagine is like Microsoft offering their platform users something special, like a special skin or a gun or a new gun pack or map pack early, you know, before the other regions get it. Like that's the only thing I could see Microsoft doing. And then of course it being everything free on Game Pass, of course, because they're gonna leverage Call of Duty to get Game Pass subscriptions. Like that's their whole entire jig. Yeah, that's their whole goal. So
yeah, that's the reason you bought it. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yeah. So it's just Sony whining, dude. Like it's kind of pathetic. Like they think they're the best in the industry, but then they whine. You know, it's like, you know, if you're the best, act like the best. Don't be afraid. You know, be confident. Like say we have something better in the works. See that?
Yeah, that competition just makes everything better, man.
Yeah, and just say you're gonna beat them. You know, like be confident, like you're the best in the industry. You're acting like you're not the best in the industry. It's really weird. It's really, really weird.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, so I mean, hopefully, you know, Sony gets over this this issue that they have with no longer having Call of Duty access and whatnot. I mean, or as much control over Call of Duty as they used to have. It's a good game, but it's not the end all. You know what I mean? And just because you don't have that game, you know, doesn't mean you don't have any other games that you could possibly excel or utilize to bring people in. You know what I mean? So, you know, losing that game shouldn't be it. But, you know, hey, well, I guess we'll see what happens, you know what I mean, as far as like what they plan to do. You know, how they plan to pivot from this, because they definitely got to make some moves, especially if they're sweating like this, you know, over that one game.
Right.
But yeah, man. So that's all we got this week for the conversations and stuff like that. Like Ray was saying, you know, one of us might try to get on tomorrow during the announcement for Assassin's Creed Forward, the Ubisoft Forward and whatnot. But we'll see. If anything, maybe we can get on later or something like that and talk about it or whatever. You know, just because it's like, you know, one of those special events or something, or we end up saving it until next week or whatnot. But yeah, appreciate everybody for stopping by and watching, hanging with us. And hopefully we tried to get Arachnid on the show with us this week, but he's probably busy doing something or whatnot. I shot him an invite, but yeah, but you know, maybe next week or something. But yeah, until then, later. Deuces.
Peace.